What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel, and before we get into today's video, guys, we are about 31, maybe 32 subs away from 200, I don't remember, I really don't remember, honestly, but I know that we are drawing closer and closer to the goal of 200, and as I've said in previous videos, if this channel gets to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel. Excuse me, on the hopes to potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero, Air Neos. If this channel gets to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician, Red Eyes, maybe even Monster Reborn or a piece of Exodia. Who knows? However, if the channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull my second ever Collector's Rare, because if you guys missed out on my Genesis Impact booster box opening, I pulled this. I know the glare might, under the right light, yeah, you can actually see it is a Collector's Rare. There it is, right there. You can see it's a Collector's Rare Beat Cop from the Underworld. I'm checking out the centering, and it's actually pretty good. Centering is pretty good. There's a little bit like edge wear, like right here in the corner right here, but other than that, this is a pretty solid card to get graded. So if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want some WWE topic videos. Excuse me. Maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Or maybe you want some premium live event predictions and results. Maybe you guys want card discussions. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys have not done so already, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Now, since we're on the topic of card discussions, we are going to be doing that in today's video. But what are we going to be talking about exactly? Well, as you guys know, excuse me. Well, as you guys know, we recently talked about 2 of the 3 archetypes that are getting new support in Legendary Duelist Soulburning Volcano. Today not only am I going to be talking about the last archetype that's in the set, I'm also going to be talking about 2 other new cards, as well as two of the final reprints that will be in the set. But the question is, what is that archetype? It is known as Salamangreat. So for all those salad players out there, rejoice, because you guys are getting new support. So I've never worked with the deck before, but I do know that it completely dominated the meta once the structure that came out. But after that, it just didn't go so well anymore. Only because only because of the fact that there were a few cards that got hit on the ban list, but I don't remember what they were. I know one of them was Mirage Stalio, and there was a couple others as well. Excuse me. So let's kick things off with Salamangreat Weasel, which is a 3-star Fire Cyber's tuner with 700 attack, 1400 defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: if you have 2 or more Salamangreat monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. So this is essentially a Cyber Dragon. Excuse me. On a 3-star tuner, and that's actually pretty good because that would mean it would mean that you can use Foolish Burial to mill one of your salad cards to your graveyard, and then pitch another one off of its own effect, and by that logic, you would be able to special summon Weasel from your hand, which is actually not too bad. The second effect reads: if a Salamangreat Ritual Fusion Synchro exceeds and/or Link monster is special summoned to your field while this card is in your grave, you can target one other Salad monster in your grave, place this card on the bottom of the deck, and if you do special summon that monster to your opponent's field, then draw a card. So this is essentially kind of like a kaiju effect, where Sorry guys, I'm like tired as fuck, and my brother literally just texted me, so give me a second. Give me 1 second. There we go. And okay. Alright, there we go. Excuse me. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm like tired as fuck. Anyway, Weasel. This second effect, I know I said kaiju, but this is more of a Cerulea effect, where if it's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card to your opponent's field. You can special summon a monster from your graveyard to your opponent's field. Put this card back into the deck and draw a card, which that's actually not too bad, especially if you hard draw, like say Salamangreat Circle or whatever. That's actually not too bad. Although, to be fair, I think this card would probably be suited as a 2-of, in my personal opinion. Reason being is because you really don't want to see multiple copies in your hands because of the fact that it's essentially a hard once per turn. Excuse me, and you don't want to see multiple, so many copies at one time in your hand, because if you do, it's essentially going to be a brick. Next up, we've got Salamangreat Tiger, I believe. It kind of sounds like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh, if you think about it. That's actually kind of a funny. That's actually kind of a funny pun. Anyway. Excuse me. Which is a 5-star Fire Cyber's tuner. 5-star tuner? That's a rare one. With 2,000 attack, 500 defense, and the first effect is a once per turn, which reads: you can discard one other salad card, special summon this card from your hand. So again, this is basically another Cyber Dragon. Ironically enough, it's a 5-star, so that's So it makes this card even more funny. Second effect reads, this card you control would be... Oh, sorry. If this card you control would be used as synchro material for a fire monster, you can treat it as a non-tuner. So if you were to have 2 tuners on board, you can use this card as a non-tuner. That's wild. That is wild. Excuse me. And then the third effect reads, once per turn, you can increase or decrease this card's level by 1. So this could give you a potential, like, depending on what monsters you have on board, including this card. Excuse me. Fuck, I gotta stop yawning. Depending on what you want to summon, especially in in terms of fire, if you have, like, let's say you want to go into Final Sigma, which I think Final Sigma is fire, ironically enough. So if you have, let's say this card plus another 5-star, and I'll say a 1-star, that's 11. You can increase Tiger's level by 1, and it would become 6. In that case, in which case you would have exactly 12 to summon Final Sigma, or if you have 2 5-star monsters and you want to go into an 11-star, like, say, I don't know. I guess I don't know, Psychic and Punisher, perhaps. You can increase this card's level by 1, and you would go into a level 11, or if you want to go into a into a level 9 or whatever, you can decrease it and just go from there. This is actually not bad. Not bad. It's a Cyber Dragon like effect. It's kind of like a Cyber Dragon, but it's basically Cyber Dragon on steroids, I would say. Next up we've got Salamangreat Raging Phoenix, which is a Fire Cyber's Link 4 with 2800 attack, and its arrows are top, bottom left, bottom right. And it requires 2 or more fire effect monsters. And both of its effects are once per turn, which the first effect reads, if this card is link summoned using Salamangreat Raging If this link summon card using Raging Phoenix as material, wait, what the hell? Wait, what? That's a dumb one. Okay. Guys, I'm like so confused. The card's name is Salamangreat Raging Phoenix, but but listen to what the first effect reads on YG Organization. Big shout out, no copyrights as always. If this link summon, if this card is link summoned using Salamangreat Raging Phoenix as material, you can add 1 Salamangreat card from your deck to your hand. Notice the term Salamangreat Raging Phoenix. The card's name is exactly that. So I don't know if you're allowed. I don't know if that's a typo or what the fuck. I don't know, but all I can say is this first effect, it's essentially a Stratos. Not much else to say about that. Second effect reads, if a face-up fire monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your grave, you can target one of them, special summon this card, and if you do, it gains attack equal to that monster's attack. That's actually not bad. Not bad. Being able to potentially like push for game just with this card alone, that's actually not bad. I would probably put this under the category of potentially like a Borrelsword dragon, like a modern day Borrelsword dragon, because I know that Borrelsword, it's sort of like a sort of like an alternate win, like a budget like win con, which again, don't get me wrong, Borrelsword dragon is still pretty powerful, but nowadays you got cards like cards like Axis Code Talker, Appaloosa. You got cards like what's the one? I'm trying to think. Oh, what's that one? Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, I believe. You've got cards like those, and even also cards like Decode Talker as well, which is still pretty relevant. You got cards like those to help push for game. But if you don't have them, obviously budget options are obviously Boral Sword Dragon, Borlo Dragon, Firewall Dragon if you were playing a Cyber's base deck. But again, this card will probably be under the category of like an Axis Code Talker, just because of the fact that you can target a card in your graveyard, and this card would gain attack equal to that monster's attack. So with Axis Code Talker, it's essentially the exact same thing, but just a little bit different, which is not too shabby. Next up, we've got Salamangreat Burst Griffin, which is a 8-star Fire Cyber Synchro with 2,800 attack, 2,000 defense, and requires a tuner and one or more non-tuners. So sort of generic, but it mainly works with salads. Both of its effects are once per turn, and the first effect reads: you can target a level 7 or lower fire monster in your grave. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except fire monsters. Also special summon that monster, and if you do, reduce its card's level by that monster's original level. Excuse me. So this would be perfect to go into your Xyz plays, depending on what you want to summon. especially if you want to make a board where your opponent just instantly rage quits. This card can essentially help that. Can help make that happen. That's actually pretty cool. Second effect reads: if this card is synchro summoned using Salamangreat Burst Griffin. Think about that, guys. Like, what the hell is that bullshit? I honestly think it's a typo. I think it might be a typo. As material, you can activate this effect. During the next standby phase, special summon one monster from your graveyard. So this is essentially like a Monster Reborn. So that's actually not too bad. Not too bad. How many other cards are in this batch? Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, so there are 2 more cards, plus we got a bunch of reprints. So next up, we've got Salamangreat Charge, which is a quick play spell. And obviously, it's a once per turn, and it reads: activate one of these effects. Target 3 of your fire monsters that are banished and or in your grave. Shuffle 2 of them into the deck, and if you do, special summon the 3rd. But this turn, its effects are negated and it cannot attack. If you control a fire, ritual, fusion, single, or Xyz, or link monster whose current attack is different from its original, target 1 card on the field and destroy it. That's actually not bad. That's actually not bad. So not only is this sort of like a mini like pot of duality, but it also acts as sort of like a trap hole MST like effect. This is an easy 3 of. I'm just throwing that out there. This is an easy 3 of. The problem is that you got to be careful, because if you have like at least 2 copies of this card in your opening hand, that's considered a brick, and you basically have no way to go into your board that'll consist of what Axis Code Talker, Final Sigma, Savage Dragon turn 1, perhaps. I mean, it just depends on what your hand looks like, but still, that's pretty cool. Next up, we've got Salamangreat Revive, which I believe is a So it's a normal trap, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: target 1 fire monster in your grave, special summon it. Second effect reads: you can banish this card from your grave, target a salad monster you control, and 1 monster with the same name in your graveyard. Shuffle the second target into the deck, and the first target gains attack equal to its own original attack until the end of the turn. So this basically just just doubles your monster's attack per, in a way, but it's also a trap monster reborn. Not much else to say about that. There are also two other new cards that I wanted to talk about in this video. One is for the Battling Boxers. The other one is for the Volcanics. So the one for the Battling Boxers, it's known as Seventh Force, which is a quick play spell, and it reads: during the battle phase, if a monster is destroyed by battle or card effect, target one number exceeds monster in your grave. Special summon from your action deck a chaos number with the same type as that monster, but a rank higher. And if you do, attach that monster in your grave to the summon monster as material. Then if the summon monster has chaos number 100 through 107, chaos number 101 through 107 in its name, you can add a card from your deck to your hand, which could be either a Barion's spell trap, a rank up magic quick play spell, or a 7th spell trap except 7th Force, which is actually pretty cool. That's actually not bad. The kanji, there's a little bit of kanji in here as well, and which reads: the 7 Emperors Awaken. So this is a good way to instead of using rank up magic, the 7th one, you can actually use this card as a way to as a sort of like a replacement, if you will, which is pretty cool. This is actually not bad because decks like Galaxy Eyes, decks like Shark, Battling Boxers, obviously, and even also Counter Fairies as well can also use this card, especially Counter Fairies because Counter Fairies are mostly light attribute, and I believe you can actually use them to go into Star Seraph Sentry, which is actually pretty fucking good. I must admit. That's actually pretty good. But next up, I'm gonna have to try that out in my Shark deck. If we ever get new support for Sharks, I'm gonna have to test it out. But next up we've got Volcanic Emission, which is a normal trap that reads: activate one of these effects. Take one volcanic monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it, ignoring its summoning condition, but return it to the hand during the end phase. Target a pyro monster on the field. Target one pyro monster on the field. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack, and if you controlled the target at activation, the damage inflicted by this effect is halved. You can only use each effect once per turn. So, I mean, it's not bad, but there could have been better effects with this card, in my honest opinion. But now we gotta talk about all of the reprints that are going to be in the set. At least what's left of the reprints anyway. So we have, if I can scroll, thank you. We've got for the Salad reprints, we've got Gazelle, Spinny, Mirage Stalio, Balinx, Sunlight Wolf, Sanctuary, Circle, and Roar. Those are actually some really good reprints. And then we also got Salamangreat Heat Leo, which I believe is getting an alternate art, perhaps? I think it is. I think it is getting an alternate art reprint. That's actually pretty cool. And the last reprint is the last reprint you would ever expect. Okay? You would ever expect. I don't know what's going on, but this is one that troubles me. The last reprint that will be in this set, from what I've been hearing, And from what I'm seeing here, it is known as Left Leg of the Forbidden One. I don't know why they're doing this. I honestly don't, but it's kind of weird. It's weirding me out. Okay, what is going on with my... Okay, my laptop just blacked out and then went back to this. Okay, I don't know what the hell happened. Okay, yeah, okay, well, for some reason my laptop is acting up. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But with that being said, guys, that brings me to the question of the day, which is this: do you guys believe that Salads will become a meta deck once again with the new support? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, make sure you guys subscribe. No, I already said that. Make sure you guys subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.